So as per J. Krishnamurti, he actually used the word fragmentation, but I explain it different, but the meaning is the same. Fragmentation to me is thought-based, where he knows thought is limited. Understand? So fragmentation means you approach it from the thought. So you only analyze that thing, understand? Whatever your thought tell you, your views, your opinion, your belief system, your conditioning, everything. So maybe you can become cunning, smart, intellectual, like you know a lot of things, a lot of knowledge and all those things. But it cannot solve your life problem, your spiritual understanding. Only your spiritual understanding can solve your problem, because that one is a complete whole. So Krishnamurti called it complete whole. But you remember, I explained to you all, we went through the Sutra of Innumerable Meaning, you remember? You must develop mindfulness and awareness to see all the essential Dhamma that the Buddha taught, the defilement, everything. Then together with how J. Krishnamurti described the limitation of thought, how thought divide, how thought has power over you, create delusion in you. Means the whole field of thoughts, the way of thought is manipulation, is deceitfulness, then is limitation, everything you have to understand through what? Mindfulness, awareness, seeing it happen. Then witness your own deluded mundane mind, stirring, reacting, creating the evil roots. This is how the Buddha teach. Understand? So after we develop the Bodhisattva, when we continue to take birth, life after life for millennium and eon, do you understand how much experience and all this life experience and application of Dhamma has been developed? That's why it becomes a perfection. Then when you have such extensive exposure and understanding, your understanding, especially the law of karma, which is very, very complicated and very complex. That's why Krishnamurti mentioned the same thing. A problem being complex, you remember? He used the word. So instead of using karma, I say our worldly problem, day-to-day problem, they're not easy to solve one. To root it out is not easy one. But the scientists, the doctor, the medical field are all saying, they can heal your physical sickness and problem. But when it comes to mental, psychological, maybe they believe the psychiatrist, the psychology can help. But help to a certain extent. It's not a complete solution. Understand? Because they don't understand the spiritual aspect of mental suffering. How the attachment come about. How the fear, insecurity, the phobia. How all these things manifest. They don't know. What they do is they counsel you, talk to you in a certain way that they are taught in the maybe the education system, their degree course and all that. Then most of them give you temporary solution, the medication to help you. Like if you have problem with insomnia, cannot sleep, they give you this what they call tranquilizer, tranquilize your mind, make you like can sleep. Then if you got panic attack, they call it hormone imbalance. Where they know when you have panic and fear, certain hormone become like deficiency or not. So they give you that medication to actually balance your what they call hormone. That deficiency, it will supplement it. And then you feel better, karma. But do you know, these are like drugs. No? Because when you use, for a while, it's okay. After a while, you need heavier dose. No? You have to take it consistently. You cannot break one. You cannot like after a while don't take. The moment you don't take, well, your threshold has become so severe, your panic attack becomes worse. Understand? This is the temporary solution. Then after that, what they do is they sometimes that is what they call life. In life, when you do business, what do you want? You want the customer to keep on coming back to you. That one Jahan Tao, no. That's why he chose alternate medicine and other. Well, if you want the client to come back to you, what you do? Let them become dependent. Understand? So every time come, give you all this medication. Then after a while, it doesn't work. I give you another type, stronger one, stronger one. Then sometimes, because like other type of disease or what, cancer or whatever, chemo is good money, you understand? Surgery, operation is good money. So some, I mean, pardon me for saying that, not all doctors, some good doctor, I've seen a lot of very professional, ethical good doctors. They really advise it. Yeah, they are not greedy. But there are some you hear in the market also. First thing first, without checking or second opinion, they say operation already. Especially lady with breast cancer. Because one of these lady who I went through, he finally came to me and through a Kayamita. And I helped her and she recovered. So she told me earlier, he said, the doctor didn't even explain any of all this. Because you go through chemo, it's very traumatic one, do you know now? This chemo actually now maybe better targeted and all. Last time it's like it kill everything on. Then it cause your psychological that anxiety, that suffering, that misery really can make you like very miserable. And sometimes you have suicidal thought because they can't take it. Hair drop is nothing more. Although it's one other concern. But when you go through the chemo, you cannot take it. You become very, very weak one. There is not enough nutrient. You don't know what is going on. That's why a lot went chemo initially. A lot didn't make it. Didn't make it. So you have to understand total solution. That's why now Jahanta go for other type of solution. But that is technical, medical field, thought-based, understand? But spiritual one, you can't. You cannot afford to be fragmented. You must have total understanding. Means must have the complete understanding of how delusion come to be. Understand? How sacrality come to be. Then I must have self-knowledge. I must know who I am, what I am. Then that self-delusion can be rooted out. As long as you don't root out that one, you will continue to grasp, cling, and hold. Understand? Then you must know, as a human being, we are a form of mind. And what is that mind? That is the mundane mind. That is basically thought. So you don't understand thought, the way of thought, the limitation of thought, and the power of thought to divide and cause conflict, confusion through what? Words. Understand? Ideology, concept. So all these are the whole field of understanding you must develop. That's why it's a complete whole. So when wisdom arises, you insight into phenomena, you understand the universal characteristic. Every phenomenon, whether physical, mental, or nature's phenomena, they exhibit these three characteristics: impermanent, suffering state, non-self, not a permanent and changing entity, or empty nature. So these three universal characteristics, when you penetrate, then you realize, like what the Buddha said, everything is dependent originating. Condition arising, causal phenomena. Without causes and condition, nothing arises. Where all these are supported by causes and conditions. Where this is a condition world. That's how. The condition world of consciousness that appear, disappear, Then the only reality is the present moment. How stable is it? Split second is gone, moment to moment. And that is the only reality, highest. So when you understand all this, thought has no power over you. Thought loses power over you. That's why you cannot be deceived, cannot be deluded. Then the form and mind also cannot deceive you. Where you realize this very penetrating universal characteristics of anicca, dukkha, anatta. That's why to break free from sakkayaditthi, you must insight into anicca, dukkha, anatta. Then with that mindfulness, once you know this is not you, then you start to understand who are you, what are you. You are a form and mind, okay? So we have a physical form, we like a vehicle to take us around. We have the thought process, which is the mundane mind. So how do you use thought? We are human beings, mainly, like the Buddha said, that mundane mind is the only instrument they have. Then they use it without understanding, deludedly. That's why the Buddha said, mind is the forerunner of all things. Mind is chief. When mind arrives, all things arise. Like I explained. Basically, the physical body has 6 sense bases. Then we have consciousness trapped inside. Then there is the life force that provided the energy. Then there is a awareness nature. So upon contact, this awareness nature, which together with the life force, create the energy to trigger consciousness. Understand? That one that come out is from the awareness nature, is spacious awareness, then shrink into that small area where you zoom in or focus in to create the thought. You understand? So when this thought arise, means the content of consciousness go in already. Like the Buddha said, initially in the seeing, there's only the seeing one here. No one to see. But how come immediately the perception come in? If you are mindful, aware, you will know that mundane mind went to the memory. Understand? That is where you store all your memories, experiences, good and bad, your views, your opinion. Then from that memory, immediately the craving, the delusion, or the attachment, or the wrong view, they straight away come out. That's why that wrong thought create all the suffering, the misery. So when you start to see that, then you realize it's not a being. Everything is dependent originating because of what the physical body has. So dependent on 3 things. The memory, understand? That trigger of the perception. Then that perception develops the discriminatory mundane mind to react or stir, where you don't have wisdom. Then after that, through your awareness, you start to understand how thought comes to be, how thought has been generated to respond to memory. If there is no memory to input the content, there is no thought. You understand? There is pure awareness. Like the Buddha said, in the seeing is only the seeing consciousness. But when the content went in, what happened? Your mental intention, karma, karmic, everything come in you. Then the evil root, you wrong thought. So the evil root make you evil, condition your selfishness, your emotional negativity, your fear, your worry, your anxiety. So all this is how you function as a human being, and you see clearly where you have a sense basis, the 6 sense basis, you have contact, you have sense data, then upon contact, it trigger off that consciousness. Then there is memory, that input, the external form. That's why it becomes the 5 aggregate. Then this external form, because you have your views, opinion, this one, like an automatic machine, understand? Because your habitual, it stir, it react. This is acting according to memory, understand? So when you see all this, you understand all this together with the universal characteristic, the limitation of thought, the way of thought, then you realize the user of thought, like I always say, is very important. Understand? Who is the user of thought? If you go to memory, that fellow is deluded. Understand? So the user of thought before they become enlightened is deluded. So how can you have right thought? Everything is egoic, selfish, in the evil root. Understand? Almost 100%. Only some who have a lot of virtue, kindness, develop metta, or say, sometimes have wholesome thought. Understand? The like almost pure thought, but not really pure thought. So once you understand this, then you develop the understanding to act according to what? Wisdom, born of Dhamma understanding. That's why this wisdom, which is Yoniso Manasikara, must arise. When it arises, it spontaneously manifests. When it manifests, it prompts you. Do not be deluded. Sankara anicang, sankara dukkang, dhamma anatta. No reality. It's only a thought. How come it has power over you? Understand not? Your life, you hold the key, and you hold the key to your own destiny. Destiny means all of us, we have our own life. Our life, we decide how we want to live the life. You hold the key to your own destiny. To be happy or unhappy or miserable is entirely your choice. So if you choose to be happy, you should be happy. But why are most people unhappy? You mean they don't know how to choose? It's no. It's because they don't have this Dhamma, this understanding. That's why they don't know how to act. So when we have this Dhamma, we know how to act. We are not deceived, not deluded. Then we know everything is dependent originating. He know you, he know me. All these are thought created. Conflict, misunderstanding, argument, war, and all those things. They come from the mundane mind. All this division that lead to conflict, argument, everything. It's all words, concept, ideology. So when you see all this, then you don't use thought to act. Understand? You use wisdom to act, following the Dhamma way, following Noble Eightfold Path. And then you become transformed. And this one is total understanding. Understand? It's not fragmented one. Every situation, every case, that wisdom can actually free that enlightened being. That's why no more suffering. That's why this is the totality of solution, the full understanding. So what I mean is, because of that understanding, that wisdom is not rigid. That's why I told you, not like thought, limited and rigid on, based on your knowledge on. Wisdom is covers the totality. Whatever situation, life problem, mundane or supra-mundane, it will understand. Then it will know how to act. When you understand yourself, self-knowledge will lead to wisdom. When you understand yourself, you understand others. Can you see that? Because you are the same living being, form and mind. So the noble truth is the same. Then the other thing about thought is, when you are mindful, you are aware, you have this Dhamma understanding already. That's why I come out with this understanding. I always say, our thought is neither good or evil. Understand? Like money. The user of thought is very important, like money. The user of money is evil, money becomes evil. Understand? If the user of thought has wisdom, thought becomes right thought, wholesome thought. That is what Noble Eightfold Path is all about. So you must know how to use thought. Deluded, you will not have the understanding. So when it comes to thought, I look at normal human beings. You know how they use thought or not? Let's say that tool, which is the thought, we suddenly change it to a knife. To a knife. The proper understanding is this tool is only useful if you know how to use it in accordance. Means to cut fruit, shape things, cut vegetable, and help you do things. But you use that knife to cut yourself, harm yourself, hurt yourself, hit out at others, and cause chaos or havoc to society. Is that the right way to use that tool? Definitely not in that. That is stupid, isn't it? Using your knife to harm yourself, hurt yourself, and hit out and create negativity or karma. But this is precisely what human beings do. They use the thought to think the wrong thought to become miserable, develop fear, develop insecurity, develop misery. until they become depressed. Understand? So if you do that, means what? You are foolish. That's why Maya and I use the word stupid. Sometimes you don't blame them. Then I use this word, you don't love yourself. True or not? If you love someone, I mean the genuine love, like the mother love the children, the child, you know what they will do or not? They will go all out and protect the child, sacrifice for them, understand, care for them. Do not allow them to have any possibility of harm or danger. So if you love yourself means what? You will also do that, isn't it? Protect yourself, yeah? Not to allow any harm or negativity to actually afflict you or affect you. But what are you doing for those who are deluded? They go and think the wrong thought and create so much misery for themselves. Understand? So this is what I mean by the user of thought is very important. If you are deluded, you like that fellow who used the knife to harm yourself, hurt yourself, hit others, and become miserable by what you do. So understanding this is very important. Because the analogy really wake you up. You know why? When you use your thought to hurt yourself, harm yourself, it's not like the knife on yourself. No blood, no injury, no scars. But your suffering is at the mental level, understand? They don't see this mental suffering because it is not something burning them, tormenting them, physically hurting them. That one they can see. Like red hot molten iron ball, you go and touch, sure, torment you and burn you. But human beings say what? No, this is my problem. No, I have to solve it. No, you ask me to accept, let things be. I didn't solve. No, correct. The Buddha say don't attack, but he doesn't say don't solve your problem. No. Solve your problem is what? You keep on deludedly worrying. That's why you are holding, understand? You keep on thinking about it. Yes, unsettled business, the fear, the worry, something is behind. That is very important to you, understand? Like maybe you face with bankruptcy, you face with CBT, health problem, whatever problem, very severe. So you will worry about it. And I already told you, the enlightened one who are mindful, they know these are all wrong thoughts. Thought that condition of fear, worry, anxiety, sorrow, and lamentation. So if it's wrong thought, how can it help you solve your problem? That's why no amount of sorrow, lamentation, fear, worry, anxiety can help you solve your problem. To solve problem, you must have clarity of mind. You must accept the reality to be at peace first. Then you can look at things clearly. What actually happened? Then ask yourself, how can I resolve this amicably so that I can move? Instead of doing that, you create panic, you create fear, you blame people, you hit others. What are you doing? You are making yourself more miserable. Understand now? So this is what delusion is. So when you are deluded, then you cannot act. You become heedless. You become actually miserable. That's why the noble truth of suffering is very, very powerful. So understanding this, we will not be foolish anymore. We will have to accept the reality of the moment. Then we act. How do we act? I act by not holding on to this. It is tormenting me, making me miserable, burning me, red hot. I put down, understand now? Then it doesn't torment me, it doesn't burn me, it doesn't hurt me. It's just like when you hold, means the thought grabs, cling. This is what attachment is all about. This is what craving is all about. So this one torment you. But at the mental level, you cannot see it. If it physically really hot, you dare to hold or not. You straight away put it down. But at the mind level, you cannot see. You still blame people. So this analogy is very good. When you hold, you worry. You become emotional, fearful, insecure, unhappy, sorrow, lamented. So what should you do? If I don't hold means I accept this reality. This is the first noble truth reality. Everybody had to confront. So when it happened, let's say disease, because I didn't take care my DNA like that, then biopsies come up, confirm cancer. But this is a reality. Why should I panic? Yeah, I didn't take care. Karmic, DNA. I accept. Accept means what? I don't panic anymore, correct? It's not burning me, not tormenting me. I don't go project my thought to worry. Well, those are not reality. The reality is here and now. I have this reality, truth, fact. So what am I going to do? Because I didn't react, didn't stir my mind, no wrong thought, no negativity. That's why awareness-based meditation can help you. Understand that wisdom can help you. See things as they are, accept the reality. Then I act. I will ask the doctor for advice. Well, maybe the doctor can help you. Physical illness. But not all doctors are good. Understand? You need second opinion. Or you have to ask around, yeah, friends or whatever, like we all know Janta, ask around. Then he can advise you, give you second opinion. Understand? So these are the more tangible solution, or find out from people who has helped people to recover, or the patient that has gone through that cancer thing and recovered. And these are the people who has experience and can help you understand. So this is what Dhamma way action is all about. You act with understanding. Let's apply Noble Eightfold Path. Talk to people nicely. Call them out. I need some help. Can you help me? Do you know of anybody who has, or any doctor who are good in this field? Then you go for second opinion, Asana. Or do you know anybody recovered from all this? Then nowadays, social media, you shoot our SOS a lot. Understand? So understanding complete solution can allow you to free. Without understanding, you torment yourself and make yourself more miserable. So now is it clear? Yeah? Clear? Then I read through, you can rejoice first. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So I will read through just now what Manyan mentioned. Then you will understand deeply. A problem is never solved at that superficial level, understand, or fragmented level. Being complex or complicated, it must be understood in its total process. This is Krishnamurti's word. Understand? Total process means the whole. So our spiritual one Dhamma means you have to penetrate and understand all aspects through the spiritual teaching. What constitutes wrong thought, limitation of thought, power of thought to divide, deceive, their sakayaditi, all these things, leading to that wisdom. That wisdom is born of self-knowledge, understanding who you are, what you are, and how you become the way you are early on. Then through understanding, you straighten your view, you develop a solution, then you come out of it. Understand? So this is how you act. Then after that, the whole of the content within that thought, plus the way of thought, the power of thought to divide, to delude, to develop the egoic mind, the sakayaditi, self-development, to be selfish, possessive, and fearful, etc., need to be understood. How can you understand all this? This is Dhamma, understand now? The essential Dhamma that the Buddha teach, the Four Noble Truths that summarize all of life, mundane and supramundane. That's why this teaching is very powerful. And Krishnamurti understood it. And he also used day-to-day language, like fragmentation, limitation of thought and all things, to teach you. But it is exactly matching with the Dhamma. And all of this can be understood just by silencing your mind and maintain choiceless awareness. Then you will be able to see how your mind stirs and how the habitual tendency come to be and how craving comes to be, how the sakayaditi condition attachment, clinging, grasping comes to be, and how it condition becoming birth, leading to all the suffering This is seeing the paticca samuppada, dependent origination link, the 12 link, and the Four Noble Truths within your own form and mind, the 3 evil roots, the 5 mental hindrances, and the 5 spiritual faculty. Via what? Via your sati. That is the real meditation. That's why in the Satipatthana Sutra, especially under Dhammanupassana, the first category of cultivation is awareness or mindfulness of the 5 mental hindrances, followed by the 5 aggregates of form and mind to understand who you are and what you are. Then the 6 internal sense bases and 6 external sense bases, or the 18 sense line, also to understand how you function as a human being, how you know the world, how you interact with the world, followed by awareness of the 7 factors of enlightenment. Because by then, you are very near to enlightenment. And the 7 factors of enlightenment will keep on arising. Where they are factors that make you enlightened. After that, you will become very mindful of the Four Noble Truths. You will see and understand them all. Then all the 3 turning of the Four Noble Truths, you will know how to do it. That is how you meditate. That is how your meditation can take off. Now you understand. Do you know how much thing you have to understand to have that wisdom, the complete wisdom to handle this? That's why it's not so easy. Sometimes people saw how I deal with people with First Noble Truth reality a lot. They all recover. Then sometimes they think, same. Oh, but till last time that guy with this type of problem, come and see, he recommend like that. They always remember one. Ask for forgiveness, sir. Follow. Ask for forgiveness. Sir. Then after you ask for faith, then repent. Follow the advice of the Buddha. Avoid all evil, do good. Then after that, invoke power of merit. You think everyone like that? No, everyone is different, can have the same problem, but karmic path different. The thing that conditioned is different. That's why the understanding of all this nature's law, especially the law of karma, is very complicated and complex, like what Krishnamurti said. You must have total understanding. Understand? Not fragmented. Fragmented means what? Like the one with the psychic one. Saw every life, he kill and offer, he becomes Sakka. Then he deduce. No, must be this. He go and teach people like that. That is fragmented. You only see one past life. Maybe the last few, all repeating. Oh, that must be true already. But the actual happening is very long ago when he was a monk, when he cultivated, also got psychic. Then he go and help the monks and trapped in somewhere, very cold area, like without food, cannot come out, almost die. So he used his psychic to bring food and make them protected, not affected by that thing. But because of that, I think he saved 9 of the monks. 9 lives he's supposed to take birth as Sakka. That is his theory. That is what he wanted. So when you are fragmented, you end up like that. You cannot see the whole. Then you also go and teach. Just because you heard people say, hey, I can see my past life, then I know how I become like that. You can also put gratitude advice like that. Cannot, because without that understanding, you cannot feel them, cannot sense that. You cannot approach them. Like Paulian type of chronic karmic obstruction. You think people can understand? You must have that nature to understand, otherwise how to help her and break free. Do you understand? And there are a lot of very complicated chronic people going through the First Noble Truth reality. Sometimes because the karmic death, they create all this delusion from the past. Then this life they come, they kena. Then when they kena also, they still blame. Especially those the husband divorced them. A lot of them cannot take it. Then when I say ask for forgiveness, first thing they tell me, what? Did I hear you wrong, Bertil? You asked me to ask for forgiveness from that pastor that used that word. So all these words come out. I say, no, from all beings, from the different distant past until now. Now means including your that friend. So she starts to look at me and say, I won't do that. That is what they will answer you. If they answer you like that, how can you help them? But luckily, I explained to them. I said, maybe you listen a little bit more, then you understand. Do you believe in the law of karma? He said, Inko, believe lah. What is Inko? Inko 嘛，做派代志，Inko 来了丢啦。Correct. You reap what you sow. So I say, what if in the past, certain previous birth, you were in position like your husband with money, with authority, because initially you got married, not much money. Then after that, successful, got money. Then they say money chok kwai. Money create all this possibility and problem. Then you go and like play around, womanize and all saying, then get yourself entangled, then you got affair, then you want to divorce your wife. Okay? And because of that, you reap what you sow. This life, you got a guy, may not be the same person, who have the condition to actually do this to you, and you become the victim. Fair enough. Last time when you do this like your husband, you never say unfair. Now your husband do to you, you say unfair. That's not. Means you don't understand the law of karma. So sometimes after you say this only, they like hesitate a bit. Got such thing on me. Oh. I say up to you. You don't have to believe. Understand? But the more important thing that I can knock and wake her out is the most important one. I say, your life. You came and seek answer. I already told you I cannot help you, but I can explain to you why. And if you understand, I can give you a solution to do it, to actually stop all this karmic thing from coming to you in the future. You want to prolong this. This life you hate him. The evil root is going to create causes and consequences for you all to become husband and wife again. Then you take revenge and make him miserable. Is that life? They're playing the game of suffering, misery. So I said, your life, you decide. If you continue the old way, becoming unhappy, fearful, he herself told me, he said, yeah, but I cannot sleep. I not enough sleep, insomnia. Every day I was thinking about that. He used this word, how can this bastard? Last time told me, I love you, I want all the sweet. Now he says sweet nothing. Then you know what he said? I trusted that bee and gave birth to two beautiful children, doctor. And that bee did this to me. Who can take it, he said. I said, that is your choice. If you continue to be angry, miserable, then what happened? The thought keep on haunting you. I say, from the way you speak to me, you will be in depression. Why? Keep on repeating. Keep on repeating. Every time I say, if you understand it, you will not get. No, you cannot understand. You don't know what he has done to me. How miserable I have become. That type of word like a tape recorder. Keep on repeating. Keep on repeating. Oh. Means he has been like the cocoon of thought. Make him depressed already. He cannot see. Then I say, by doing this, your two daughters also will panic. Fearful. He said, yeah. She can sense that they are unhappy, they are very fearful. Then one of them will ask, when is Papa coming back? Oh, that one make her lagi angry. She felt like whacking the doctor at that time. So he said, I already so miserable, and yet they come and tell me. But do you know this is all coming? You make them like that. The children also affected. I said, not only your children, I believe your parents also affected. Your in-law maybe not so affected. Understand? So all those who have relationship with you, even your good friend or your sibling, your brothers, they will be affected. They worry for you. But you yourself don't love yourself and don't worry for yourself, become miserable over what happened. You are not the only one that go through this. A lot of other people who are in the similar situation, some I say worse than you. At least your husband not violent. I met one, the husband so violent, whacked her, hit against the TV bench or whatever. 1 month in the hospital. Yours already very mild. He just want to divorce you. But then later I have to give her some understanding. I say you got two choices. Accept this reality, believe in karma, then do what you have to do and severe all this. I say you can have your life still. Understand? Divorce doesn't mean the end of everything. Understand? It's just separation of relationship. But you are still the mother, he's still the father, the two children. Understand? Then I give one example which I think I have mentioned it quite often. Last time I got a Dhamma friend, we all early days at time. Quite similar. Also two daughter. Then the husband successful. I think because of the success, the secretary also very helpful, also very pretty, very young. Then suddenly they agree that they want to get together and maybe settle down. Then he wants to divorce his wife. So that night he came back. I heard from that Kayamita told me. The husband came back and said, uh, I forgot what he called her already. Maybe my name or what, I don't know. He said, dress up tonight. I will take you for dinner. Oh, the wife, after so long, her husband never do this. Very happy. Go. So have a very good dinner. After the dinner, the husband said, okay, I got something to tell you. So she was surprised. What is it? The moment she said, I want to divorce you, she shrieked and freaked, in the restaurant and ran off, don't want to listen. She said, stop, I don't want to listen. Then cried. Anyway, then came to the center where my second last teacher is, where we used together, crying, sobbing. So luckily, I talked to her. I said, you miserable now, make your mind very down. You're full of fear, insecurity. Yes, she last time a nurse, then no more become nurse after married, become a housewife, full-time housewife, no career, no income, nothing. And so that fear of losing that support and or being divorced, then people will say, hey, your husband don't want you. This type of gossip, so that fear intensifies, so sad, Then we say, don't worry, listen, no more sorrow and lamentation, phobia, fear, all those things can have you. What you need to understand is how can you resolve this amicably and move on. So we come out with this beautiful suggestion. Don't do it today. Go back, sleep. Tomorrow morning only. Tell the husband. I think now we need to talk. I am now sober. Last night I cannot listen. I cannot talk. Okay. I know you don't love me anymore. Never mind. I accept. That is a fact. But I want to resolve this amicably. I want you to agree to me three things. He said, I am not without a job. I want the house. Transfer them to me. Every month, I want 5,000, my sustainment or living expense. The two children, education, everything support, you handle. Then, third one, every week, 3 days, must have dinner with the two daughters. I know you don't like me. I don't want to go also, never mind. You want to invite me, I go, don't want, never mind. But at least me. Oh, the husband very happy. Look, got money. Oh, this is so good. Okay, okay, agree, everything agree. Then you know what happened. After all this agree, he told the secretary. Secretary also happy. But secretary wanted to be formal, understand? Want the divorce to go through. But the husband told the secretary, hey, you want to be with me only? My wife already give it so nice, no? You someone want to force me to divorce her. Divorce also need 2 years lah, separation also. But the secretary cannot take it. After 9 months, still nothing happened. Then you know what happened? The secretary selfish already. Call kaki. You know what she did? She take care of the account, the cash flow, everything. Then the checkbook also he know how he sign and all those things. So he absconded with a lot of cash until the business failed. Cash flow problem collapsed. And later on, about 1 year later, come back to the wife and say, I'm sorry, ask for forgiveness, give her a second chance. Then that guy every time call her, give her a second chance. Wow, jump with joy, understand? So there are solutions, understand? Then when I told that to that lady, oh, like that can. So you look at the mundane mind, yeah? Give advice, teach her how to do the correct thing to resolve everything, may not be interested. They want the solution that is what they want. Understand? So there are many ways to resolve it. Understand? But you don't have the Dhamma understanding. You cannot. How to advise? That person already so sad, so depressed, sobbing, crying, full of fear. Understand? The phobia, the insecurity. So when we explain that to her, then she feels secure. House is mine. Understand? Every month got 5,000. Okay lah. 买我嘛买咯. Understand? I told them, you also become like unmarried again. Understand? You can have your life. If he can have fun, you can also go and have fun. Understand? But most important thing is, I say, he is still the father. Anything that the daughter need, get him to be responsible and pay. Understand? You are still the maternal mother. Understand? The rightful mother. Even divorced, you can still text him and call him. Hey, I need you to handle something. Because you resolve it amicably. Understand? If you didn't resolve it amicably, go to court case and fight. Understand? And especially you without job, how can you fight the court case? You should lose the custodian. Understand? You don't have a financial backing. So all these are very good understanding and example that can enable humanity to resolve a lot of issues. Okay?